Episode of Mindset Shift. As the year wraps up, most professionals start preparing for their end-of-year performance appraisals. For some, it's a time of pride and recognition. For others, it's a moment filled with uncertainty, anxiety, or self-doubt. But here's the truth. An appraisal isn't just a review of your year. It's a reflection of your growth story. It's your opportunity to own your achievements, highlight your progress, and advocate for your next step forward. So in this episode, we're diving deep into how to prepare for your end-of-year appraisal. Phase 1, the preparation. This phase begins weeks before your actual review. It's about mindset, organization, and intentional reflection, because the professionals who walk into their appraisals confidently don't just wing it. They prepare for it like it matters, and it does. So let's begin. First, building your brag book all year so you're ready for your review. Let's start with a truth that changes everything. The best time to prepare for your appraisal isn't at the end of the year. It's all year long. But if you haven't done that yet, don't worry, you can start today. A brag book isn't arrogance, it's awareness. It's a living document, a simple folder, spreadsheet, or note where you record your wins, feedback, and progress. Every project completed, every compliment from a client or colleague, every time your work created a measurable result. Because here's the thing. Your mind will forget what your calendar never does. By the time December arrives, even the most impactful moments can fade into memory. So make it easy for yourself. Keep a simple system, a wins document on your desktop, a feedback folder in your email, a monthly reflection note in your phone. You're not just collecting evidence, you're building your story. One that says, I showed up, I grew, I made impact. 2. The ultimate appraisal prep checklist. Don't walk in unprepared. When it comes to performance reviews, preparation is not optional, it's strategic. Here's your appraisal preparation checklist. Step 1. Review your job description and goals. Ask yourself, what did I achieve? What did I go beyond? What evolved in my responsibilities this year? Step 2. Gather data and results. Numbers speak loudly. Document metrics, outcomes, completed projects, or cost time savings. Step 3. Reflect on soft skills. How did you improve in collaboration, communication, or leadership? These are often unseen, but deeply valued. Step 4. Identify challenges you overcame. Appraisals aren't just about success, they're about growth through adversity. Step 5. Prepare talking points. Write down what you want to highlight and what you want to discuss. Preparation gives you power, not to control the conversation, but to guide it with clarity and confidence. This checklist is your armor, because confidence doesn't come from perfection, it comes from readiness. 3. How to write a powerful self-appraisal that gets noticed. Your self-appraisal is your professional reflection, your chance to shape how your work is seen. Most people underplay their achievements. They write statements like, I completed several projects successfully. That's fine, but it's forgettable. Here's a better approach. Use the STAR method. Situation. Describe the context or challenge. Task. Define your responsibility or goal. Action. Explain what you did. The strategy, the effort, the thinking. Result. Share the impact, numbers, feedback, or outcomes. For example, when our department faced a backlog in client requests situation, I took responsibility for redesigning our workflow. Task. I implemented a new system using shared templates and weekly check-ins. Action. Reducing turnaround time by 40%. Result. Now your work isn't just visible, it's measurable. You've turned activity into impact. That's the difference between I did my job and here's the value I created. 4. Identifying your key accomplishments when you feel like you did nothing. Sometimes you'll sit down to prepare and think, I don't even know what I achieved this year. That's not failure, that's fatigue. When the year's been long and full, it's easy to forget how much you've done. So here's a simple reflection exercise. Ask yourself, what problems did I help solve this year? What skills did I improve, even quietly? Who became better because of working with me? What did I handle differently compared to last year? Not every win makes a headline. Sometimes your biggest growth happens in silence, when you manage conflict better, communicate with more calm, or handle pressure with more grace. Those are not small things, they are signs of maturity, the kind of growth that leadership notices, even if you don't announce it. So if you're struggling to see your progress, Look not just at your results, but at your resilience. Not just your output, but your evolution. 5. Gathering 360-degree feedback before your review. Here's something high-performing professionals do differently. They don't wait for feedback, they seek it. Before your appraisal, reach out to colleagues, cross-functional teams, or other managers. Ask for honest input. You can keep it simple. I'm preparing for my year-end review and would love your quick feedback on how I've contributed this year, especially on what's working well or where I could improve. This shows maturity and self-awareness, and the feedback you gather becomes supporting evidence in your review. When you walk in, you're not just sharing your perspective, you're presenting a collective reflection of your impact. It tells your manager, I care about growth, I care about how I show up, and I care about improving. That kind of initiative speaks volumes. 6. Setting the agenda. How to propose discussion topics to your manager. Here's something most professionals never do, but should. Don't walk into your review waiting for your manager to lead the conversation. Take initiative. A week before your appraisal, send a short, structured email outlining your top 3 accomplishments to areas you're focusing on improving, 2 to 3 discussion topics you'd like to explore, like future goals, stretch projects, or development opportunities. This does 2 things. It shows that you're proactive, not passive. It frames the meeting around growth, not just evaluation. You're telling your manager, I take ownership of my work and my career. That shift in tone turns your appraisal from something done to you into something done with you. You're not waiting to be judged. You're engaging in a professional conversation about progress. That's leadership. 7. Mindset shift. Turning appraisals into conversations of growth. Before we wrap up this phase, I want you to remember something important. Your appraisal isn't just a grade. It's a dialogue. It's a chance to share what you've learned, where you've grown, and where you want to go next. It's an opportunity to connect your story of effort with your vision for evolution. And when you prepare well, when you bring clarity, self-awareness, and reflection, you shift the tone from performance review to career conversation. That's how real growth happens. Final thought, preparation is confidence in disguise. When you organize your story, gather your wins, and reflect with honesty, you don't just walk into your appraisal ready, you walk in centered. Because confidence isn't about having a perfect year, it's about being clear on what you contributed, what you learned, and where you're going next. So start early, prepare deeply, and remember, the appraisal is just one meeting, but how you show up for it can shape the trajectory of your next chapter. You're not just reviewing the past, you're building your future. If this episode helped you feel more prepared and empowered, hit that like button. Subscribe to Mindset Shift for more practical, mindset-driven episodes that help you grow with clarity, confidence, and calm. And if you know someone about to head into their appraisal season, share this video with them. Remind them that preparation isn't pressure, it's power. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next episode of Mindset Shift.